You see a flash. Not just a bright light, but something unnatural. Something that doesn't belong to your normal world. It blinds you instantly, like the sky itself is tearing open. For a split second, everything goes silent, like reality pauses. Then the Uder hits. A force so powerful it crushes windows, tears through buildings, and throws you off your feet like you weigh nothing. In that moment, your brain is still trying to understand what's happening, but your body already knows. This is not normal, this is not an accident. This is a nuclear strike. And now everything depends on seconds. The question is simple and brutal. Do you know what to do right now, or are you already too late? Because in this situation, hesitation is death. The first seconds decide everything. Not minutes, not even full moments, just seconds. If you see that flash, you have almost no time to react. The biggest mistake people make is staring at it, trying to understand. That one instinct destroys their chances. The light burns your vision, disorients you, steals the only time you had. You must react without thinking. Turn away instantly. Shut your eyes tight. Drop to the ground as fast as possible. Cover your head with your arms. Every movement matters. Every fraction of a second matters. You are not trying to understand the situation. You are trying to survive it. Then comes the blast wave. It doesn't sound like anything you've ever heard. It hits like a wall, like pressure itself becomes a weapon. Windows explode inward. Doors rip off hinges. Debris turns into deadly projectiles. If you're standing, you get thrown. If you're near glass, it cuts through you. That's why your position matters. Stay low, stay down, make yourself as small as possible. Put anything between you and the outside. Even a thin barrier is better than nothing. It won't make you safe, but it might keep you alive. After the impact, chaos takes over. The world around you changes instantly. Screams echo, structures collapse, dust fills the air until you can barely see. Your instinct will tell you to run, to get out, to escape. But this is where most people make their final mistake. They rush outside without thinking. They believe the danger has passed, but the explosion is only the beginning. The real threat is already spreading, and you can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't feel it yet. You survived the blast. You're still breathing, still conscious. And for a moment, you think you made it. But what you don't realize is that the danger didn't end. It just changed form. The air itself is now a threat. Invisible particles are falling around you, settling on every surface, every piece of clothing, your skin. And every second you stay exposed, the damage increases. Now the question is no longer about surviving the explosion. It's about escaping something you cannot see. Your only priority now is shelter. Not just any place, but something that can block what's outside. The deeper and more enclosed, the better. A basement is ideal because layers of concrete and earth absorb radiation. If you don't have that, move to the center of a building. Stay away from windows, away from outer walls. Every barrier reduces your exposure. Distance and density are your only protection now. Speed matters more than anything. Every minute you spend outside increases the dose your body absorbs. If you've been exposed, your clothes are already contaminated. The first step is to remove that outer layer. It might feel wrong, it might feel strange, but it can remove a significant amount of radioactive particles. After that, if you have water, you clean yourself. Even basic cleaning can reduce the danger. Now you are inside. It feels safer, but it's not over. You've only moved into the next phase. Survival becomes slower, quieter, more psychological. You must stay inside as long as possible. The first 24 to 48 hours are critical. Radiation levels drop over time, and every hour you remain sheltered increases your chances. Leaving too early can undo everything. You sit in silence. No signal, no updates, no confirmation that anyone is coming. Time stretches, and your thoughts get louder. You start asking yourself how long you can last. But the real question is deeper. Do you have enough to survive until it's safe enough to step outside without risking your life again? Water becomes everything. It's no longer just something you drink, it's your survival timer. If you have water, you have time. If you don't, every hour becomes critical. You must control your intake. Small amounts, carefully spaced. No panic drinking, no waste. Every drop matters more than you realize. Food becomes secondary, but still important. The real danger is not hunger, it's losing control. Stress pushes people to overeat, to consume without thinking. You must stay disciplined. Eat small portions, stretch your supplies. You are not feeding comfort. You are maintaining survival. The lack of information becomes a psychological attack. You don't know what's happening outside, whether help is coming, whether this is over or just beginning. But you must accept that uncertainty. Wasting energy on panic or speculation weakens you. Focus only on what you can control right now. Air becomes a problem in a closed space. It gets heavy, difficult to breathe. Your instinct tells you to open something, to let fresh air in. But outside air carries danger. Any ventilation must be minimal, controlled, and brief. One mistake here can bring the threat directly inside. As time passes, your mind becomes your biggest challenge. Fear grows, thoughts spiral, worst-case scenarios repeat over and over. You must control your thinking. Focus on actions, routines, small tasks. Keeping your mind stable is just as important as managing your resources. Eventually, the time will come when you have to consider going outside. But that doesn't mean it's safe. It only means it's less dangerous than before. You must move carefully, limit your exposure, avoid unnecessary risks. Survival is now about precision, not speed. When you finally step outside, the world feels unreal. Streets are empty, buildings are damaged. Everything is quiet in a way that feels wrong. You realize you survived the initial disaster. But now comes the harder part, surviving what's left behind. Your first priority is to find a safer place to stay long-term. Your current shelter might not be enough anymore, but movement is dangerous. Every step must be planned, every route considered. You cannot afford random decisions. Resources define your survival now. Water, food, clothing, shelter. These are no longer conveniences, they are necessities. Finding them requires caution. Every search is a risk. Every mistake has consequences. Other people become unpredictable. Some may help, others may see you as a resource. You must observe, stay cautious, and protect what you have. Trust becomes a dangerous gamble. The world has changed, and so have the rules. Systems are gone. Structure is gone. What remains is survival. You must adapt to this new reality, no matter how uncomfortable or harsh it is. Your body begins to wear down. Lack of sleep, stress, constant tension. Fatigue leads to mistakes. You must rest when you can, recover when possible. Endurance is now your greatest asset. Days pass, maybe longer. And slowly, the realization sets in. This is not temporary. The life you knew is gone. And the real question is no longer about surviving the event, but surviving the aftermath. You must accept the new reality. Stop waiting for things to return to normal. Start thinking long-term. Build routines, find stability in instability. Adaptation becomes the key to survival. Those who adjust quickly have a chance. Those who resist reality break under pressure. This is the difference between surviving and collapsing. In the end, everything comes down to one question. When everything falls apart, will you adapt and survive, or hesitate and lose your chance?